gentlemen, we present the Frankie Howerd Variety Show with Frankie's special guests Charlie Chester, Carl Wayne, Sweet Substitute and Les Dennis, with music by the Max Harris Orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great personal pleasure to stand here and introduce the man who is going to host our show tonight.
All right, thank you, that's enough. We're not doing This Is Your Life, all right. I've got a train to catch tonight, hurry up, for goodness sake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Frankie Howerd.
Thank you very much. Oh, that announcer. Eh? Can you imagine his poor mother? It is a shame. She wanted a boy. Anyway. Oh, yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the concert. Shut your face, you. There's always one, isn't there? They always plonker near the front. You're all looking tanned and relaxed. Especially him here. He's looking relaxed as a newt. Now, for goodness sake, pull yourself together. All right. Now, have you all had nice holidays? You have? Good. Yes. Because I've just had my... No, I'm glad you asked. No, I've just come back from my holidays. No, guess what I planned for my holidays? I know, that's what I did. I went down... It was a week... Actually, I was going for a week camping in a tent in the Black Forest, you see. And did I enjoy 7 days in the beautiful pine forest? Did I? No. Gatwick. The place was Joss. No, it wasn't chaos, dear. It wasn't good enough for chaos. It was Joss. Some people have been waiting years. Even the women had beards, grown beards. I knew something. There was no room. I wasn't going to sleep standing up. So I started looking for somewhere to lie down. Now, it wasn't easy because by that time, you see, they turned the lights out. So I had to crawl. Mind you, working for this lot, you get used to that. That's enough! Oh, stay thy mirth. Nay, and thrice nay. I'll tell you something. I fell over this sleeping bag, and she was not pleased. I thought I would amuse her, that one there. Yes, dear, common as muck, I can tell. But I thought there must be somewhere quiet where I could pitch my tent. Somewhere sort of undisturbed, you know what I mean? Undisturbed, and it came to me, the runway. So there I was, blowing up my lilo. And anyway, suddenly there was a tap on my flap. My flap was tapped. I had a tap flap. My flap was tapped by this chap. Anyway, he poked his head, this man, through the rent in my tent. And I said, yeah. He said, I hope this is not an awkward moment. I said, no, it's all right, I'm on my own. He said, wait a minute, oh, slow but sure over there. He said, this is my wife here. She's so exhausted, all this hanging around. I thought, poor soul, it's a damn shame. He said, we're on our honeymoon. It's our honeymoon. And we've been waiting 5 days. I thought, that's a novelty nowadays. So I took pity on this new bride. I said, and the groom, I said, won't you join me in a cup of cocoa? Because I had a full billy can. Then I thought, three's a crowd. You know what I mean? Three's a crowd. So I thought, well, now, why don't I be tactful? Huh? Leave him to it while I go for a stroll round the runways. Well, I have never known anyone take so long over cocoa. In the morning... How dare you? I crawled back into the tent and there was something pinned to my palliasse. Wait a minute. Don't look for things that aren't there. Wait a minute. There was something pinned. I didn't recognise it at first, and a memory flickered. It was a £5 note. Every stranded honeymooner in Gatwick was queuing up to make cocoa in my tent. Yes! Oh, here, you'd have died. You would have died. What? God. Dear. It's so funny how I can hardly read it. Oh, see. That's my excuse. Anyway, no, one day I got a very nasty shock. I really did. Yes, I got a very nasty shock. I disturbed a couple right in the middle of it. I was amazed. I went into the tent, discovered this couple actually making cocoa. And every night I was up to the wee hours, and I didn't have a wink all night. Say that quickly. No, yes, it isn't all that easy, is it, mate? Anyway, I was glad to get back to London, I'll tell you that. Oh, I thought to myself, let's get back to London. And there were outside the airport, there was three lovely girls in front of me in the taxi queue. They said, we're going to your show. I said, you come all this way just for my show? Such devotion must be... Shut your face. You're putting me off. Such devotion must be rewarded. To these three girls, they said, it will be, we're getting paid. I said, getting paid to see my show? They said, not seeing it, we're in it. We're the first act. Well, you could have knocked me down with a BBC donut. You could have done... They're heavy enough, I'll tell you that. So here they are, the three potential girls. Sweet substitute. Go on, get them up.
When the day fades away to twilight, the moon is my light of love. In the night, I am quite a romancer. I find the answer above to bring me consolation. You're my inspiration. This is my imagination. Time on my hands, you in my arms, nothing but love in view. Then if you fall once and for all, I'll see my dreams all come true. Moments to spare for someone you care for. One love affair for two. Time on my hands and you in my arms and love in my heart, all for you. Moments to spare for someone you care for. One love affair for two. When I got time on my hands and you in my arms, nothing but love, all for you.
Thank you very much. Our next number has a very optimistic title. It's called If I Had $1 Million.
If I had $1 million, I know just what I would do. I'd tie a string around the world and bring all of it to you. Those little things you pray for, whatever they may be, I'd have enough to pay for them all, COD. If I spent $1 million, I know I would never care, because as long as you were mine, I'd still be a millionaire. That's why I'm always dreaming of what I would do if I had $1 million for you. If I had $1 million, I know just what I would do. I would tie a string around the world and bring all of it to you. Those little things you pray for, whatever they may be, I'd have enough to pay for, have enough to pay for them all, COD. If I spent $1 million, I know I would never care, because as long as you were mine, I'd still be a millionaire. That's why I'm always dreaming of what I would do if I had $1 million for you.
Thank you. Well, that was Sweet Substitute. We were going to have hot chocolate. But they were browned off. Browned off. Chocolate. Brown. I was only trying to make it plain. Now then, I'd like to welcome our next guest. Is a young man making a great name for himself in the clubs and on television and radio. And what? I hear you ask. At what? Well, I'll tell you in a lower voice. He's an impressionist. So let me introduce the man who will introduce you to his favourite stars. Ladies and gentlemen, Les Dennis. He's marvellous. Come on.
Thank you. Thanks a lot and good evening. Nice to be here tonight because I've just come back from Russia. I've been touring the conservative clubs over there. And as you know, everything in Russia ends with off, so I'm back. All because I knocked on the Kremlin and said, "Is Lenin?" Right, now over we go to the newsroom for a very quick flash. Newsflash. Read to you by Reginald Bisniquat. Quiznibot. Read to you by Angela Rippon. It's not really Alistair Hurnett. And in the recent Grand Prix, the Irish contender, Paddy Knievel, made 37 pit stops. Pit stops. 2 for petrol and 35 to ask the way. He then attempted to jump over 14 motorbikes in a double-decker bus. Apparently he would have made it if he hadn't gone upstairs to collect the fares. Now over to our roving reporter, Fife Robertson. Hello there. You're probably wondering what I'm doing standing here alone in the middle of nowhere. I'm flaming lost. He's great, isn't he? And the other fella, Alan Wicker. Good evening and welcome to Wicker's World. Last year I visited Australia where they said, go home, pommy basket. I said, listen here, my name's Wicker. They said, all right, go home, Wicker basket. Thank you. Now let's take a look at life inside the prisons as portrayed by Ronnie Barker in Porridge. Do me a favour, Mr. Mackay. Do me a favour. Naff off. Well then, Mr. Barraclough, here it is. Don't hate a great day when I'm due for my release, you know what I mean? Yes, now, listen, Fletcher. You know, you never did tell me what you're in here for. Oh, for bettering the wife. Yeah, the judge said first offender. I said, yeah, first offender, then a poker, then a hammer. Well, why did you beat her? Superior footwork, I suppose. Still. Of course, it will be nice once I am free. I'm free. I have been away far, I have raved alone, never had a woman I've managed on my own. Do you know I did get into trouble last week at Grace Brothers, overtaking this gentleman's inside leg measurement? I said, I've got to do that. He said, what, for a scarf? And of course, it's true what they say. Some mothers do have them.
Hello, everybody. Betty had the baby. She rang me up, she said, Frank, how's the cat? I said, it's dead. She said, that's not very nice. She said, you could have put it nicer than that. On the first day I rang you, you could have said the cat is on the roof and we can't get it down. And on the second day, you could have said we got the cat down, but it's a bit ill. And on the third day, you could have said the cat passed away. That would have been nicer. She said, anyway, how's me mother? I said, she's on the roof.
He's very good, isn't he? Very good. That was Les Dennis. Now, from one mouth, we go to 10 mouths, 10 pluckers, a basher and a strummer. Or the Max Harris Orchestra. The BBC's own football hooligans. Now, they are going to rend meaning to tear apart. Pop goes the weasel, and the best of luck. Thank you. That was 22 weasels playing Pop Goes Max Harris. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get them out in the open and give them an airing. Will this never end? Big or small, we've all got them. Now, this is nothing to be ashamed of, your personal problems. Now, this is the Dear Marge, I Can't Tell You from Butterspot, where I answer questions about this. Well, you've missed one there. About your... It's about your personal strife. Ladies and gentlemen, it's agony on the air time. And believe me, it is agony on the air with this lot. Anyway, we've asked some members of the audience beforehand to write down their questions. Could we have the first question, please?
Hello, I'm Jane from Sidcup, Kent.
Wait a minute, just a second. Jane, you say? Yeah.
From Sidcup, Kent.
Yeah.
My problem is that he keeps me awake.
Just a minute, wait a minute. Who's he? Let's get this straight.
My husband.
Oh, your husband. Well, thank God for that. I don't know nowadays. Well, you look like a wife, Jane, yes. Now, what is your question, dear?
He keeps me awake with his snoring. What should I do?
I beg your pardon? You want to try and stop him, you mean? Well, it's more full... How long have you been married?
3 months.
3 months was more full you for letting him fall asleep in the first place. You should keep him occupied, dear. Give him a little occupation. Or try putting something in his mouth. Like a pillow. Like a pillow. I wish one were here for your mouth, dear, I'll tell you that. You could divorce him and sleep in separate rooms without a guilty conscience. I trust I've helped you. Next, please.
Mr. Andrew Harvey of Slough Bucks.
Does he? Well, his private life is no concern of yours. I'm impish tonight. I'm impish and buckish. Impish and buckish. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mr. Harvey. Continue.
I see this girl every day on the tube and...
Wait a minute, don't rush. You see a girl every day on the tube, yes?
And I think I'm in love with her.
Yeah.
But I'm too shy to approach her. What do you think I should do?
Oh, shy. Well, let's see. Now, she's on the tube every day. Well, I tell you what, one day you want to lean across to her and say, am I on the right line? See, it's the way you say it, Mr. Harvey. Am I on the right line for Ponder's End? Now, if she doesn't slap you across the face, you know you're onto a good thing. She's stupid. But be careful, because she might get off before you get to Clapham. Now. Next, please.
Hello, I'm Denise from Stevenage.
Denise?
Yeah. I'm a school leaver.
School leaver.
I was wondering whether I should go to university or get a job straight away.
Job straight away or go to university. Now, what a sensible question. Next, please. No, don't go. No, I'm finished here. No, I'll answer the question. No, that's right. Go back on the podium. Your Francis is teasing. No, I was a school leaver once. Every day at 4 o'clock. And... the best I can think of at the moment. When I left school, of course it's going back a couple of years now, I was... Yes, a couple. I was a very clever boy, actually, Denise. I laugh now. I once went out with a girl from Oxford, you know, as posh do. Lavinia Jockrot. And I remember it very well because... No, she said to me, Frank, she's called me Francis. Francis, you'd fascinate me. She said, you fascinate me. She said, I've been studying you for some time. I said, really? I said, what do you actually study? What do you read? She said, zoology. She said, no, the way you waddle, I said, thank you very much. Good afternoon. Next, please. Yes.
Mike Walker, Watford.
Mr. Walker, yes.
I'm constantly annoyed when I go to London because it's always so full of tourists.
Tourists, yeah.
Is there any way of limiting their numbers?
Stay where you are now. Limiting the numbers. I think I had to point out to listeners that Mr. Walker is wearing a kilt, a turban, and eating a pastrami sandwich. Now, don't hold your kilt down and don't air your prejudices on this show. No, I shouldn't mock. Oh, I should not mock. It's true about London. I bought what's a day? That's right. That's right. I bought a camel... No, it's true. I bought a camel hair coat in Oxford Street and had this Arab jumping on my back all afternoon. It's not bad, that, is it? I'll tell you something, it's an occasion to meet one of my own tribe. I do, because I feel a stranger in London. People point at me in the street and giggle. Right there. Right, that'll do, Julian. Thank you, Mr. Harvey, and thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, standing at my side is a man who has been around for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Chester.
Thank you. And thank you, Frankie. Nice boy. I knew him when he was popular. Hey, what a lovely audience. How are you? All right? That's it. Speak to Charlie. Laugh and the world laughs with you. That's what they always say. It's a hell of a job to laugh at all with the way things are today. At Heathrow, Luton and Gatwick, they couldn't fly away to the sun. The dollar is down, Leylands are out and snuff's up a farthing a ton. What a world. And it hasn't been my week either. I had to go and see the psychiatrist. I did. I was dead worried. Well, so would you have been. He tried to climb on the couch with me. You can laugh, missus. I ran like hell, I'll tell you. Then I realised how badly I needed a psychiatrist. It was a woman. Now I'm having girlfriend trouble altogether. Yeah, I am. I'm having trouble with a girlfriend. She can't get on with the wife. Mind you, I'm not surprised, neither can I. Actually, today I came halfway in my old car. I say halfway because I got as far as Dartford Tunnel. The fella at the toll gate leaned out, he said, 25 pence. I jumped out of the car, I said, sold. But women are funny, you know. I always smile when I think of that little old lady who went into the lost property office. She said to the man behind the counter, she said, have you seen my umbrella? He said, no, so she showed it to him. No, some women are very quick-witted, aren't they? Now, you take my wife. Anybody, please. No, she's really quick-witted, especially when she's driving. Any chance of an accident, her first thought is hit something cheap. Of course, you see, we both believe in insurance. Marvellous thing, you know, insurance. I remember soon after we got married... we were on a charabanc outing, you see, that had a crash. And you know, if I hadn't had the presence of mind to kick her in the face, we wouldn't have got a penny. But we've had some good times together. I remember once we were laying on the beach at Ramsgate, listening to the lapping of the waves, the cry of the seagulls, and the maniacal laughter of the Pakistanis wading ashore. I called out to one of them, I said, excuse me, I bet you don't know the Indian love call. He said, I bet I do. It's Birmingham 3922. Actually, I'm only kidding. You know, I'd like to pay a little tribute to the ladies. Thank you, Max. A pretty girl is like a melody that haunts you night and day. Just found out the difference between my wife and the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal is a busy ditch. Just like the strain of a haunting refrain, she'll start upon her marathon and run around your brain. Ain't it funny? If the Queen has a baby, they fire a 21-gun salute. If a nun has a baby, they fire a dirty old cannon. You can't resist. She's in your memory each morning, night and noon. I feel sorry for the girl standing in front of the marriage guidance counsellor crying her eyes out. He said, what happened, dear? She said, well, it was the honeymoon. She said, after the party was over, he took me up the stairs into the bedroom and switched out the light and locked the door, and then he undid my blouse. And then he took it off, and then he undid my bra, and he took that off, and then he undid my skirt, and he took that off, and I finally stood there naked. The fellow said, "What happened then, dear?" She said, "Well, then he took his own clothes off, and he put mine on, went out the door, and I haven't seen him since." She will leave you and then come back again. And I think we should drink a toast to the patron saint of the ladies, Pegasus. The flying horse, the eternal steed, the everlasting bloody nag. A pretty girl is just like a pretty tune. Oh, you're lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, of course. Is our old friend Charlie Chester.
Now,
Despite my international acclaim, I have never lived anywhere fancy. I mean, I've got this nice little one-bedroomed attic flat. Nothing gaudy, no, nothing gaudy, nothing flash. It's nice and central, convenient for the docks. But now, the East End is getting... Better late than never. But the East End is getting so trendy now. But I didn't realise how popular it was getting until the other evening there was a knock at the door of my flat. And this chap was standing there with his pinstripe briefcase and tightly rolled bowler hat.
Ah, Mr. Howard.
Yes?
Francis Howard, OB.
Look, excuse me. I've got some cod fries defrosting on my gas ring, you see.
No, Mr. Howard. I'm not here for jumble.
Aren't you? Well, I hope you're not here for supper. There's only half a dozen in the packet.
Yes, well, perhaps if I could come in, I could just...
Come in? Who says come in, won't you? Never mind, he's a good actor.
What a charming room,
isn't it?
And such a vigorous colour scheme.
Yes, well, who are you exactly?
My card, Mr. Howard.
Oh, yes. Floggett and Scarpa, what's that?
We're estate agents since 1830.
1830?
Well, as near as damn it. 20 to 7 last Friday, actually. But we're very get-up and go.
Good. Prove it. There's the door.
But Mr. Howard, I have a client for your unique abode.
It's not for sale.
We've had a large offer, you know.
Have you? How large?
30,000.
30,000?
Indeed, Mr. Howard. Oh, what a wonderful view of that historic piece of industrial heritage.
What, the gasometer, you mean? But let us go back 2 sentences. Did you say... Did you say 30,000?
Yes, 30,000.
Well, what time would you like me to vacate?
Oh, there wouldn't be any such urgency.
Well,
tomorrow would be quite soon enough.
Tomorrow?
There is just one little problem.
Yes, what's that then?
Well, my client would like to check the place.
Your client can sort of try it out if he likes.
Well, that's very kind of you. He's in the car. I'll just call him from the window.
Oh, good. I'll put the kettle on and scrape the soot off my fish fries.
Now...
What, may I ask, is his name?
Carl Wayne.
Carl Wayne! I've heard of him.
Good, yes. Well, here he is then. Carl Wayne.
Carl Wayne, yes!
Thank you for coming. Love is but a song I sing. It feels the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brothers. Everybody get together. Love one another right now. Right now. Some will come and some will go. We will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brothers. Everybody get together, love one another right now. Come on. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brothers. Everybody get together, love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brothers. Everybody get together, love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brothers. Everybody get together, love one another right now. Right now. Right now. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you. You know, one of the pleasures of being a singer is that you get the opportunity to sing. You've started in many countries all around the world, and good food, wonderful. And to sing any song that you like to sing. My favorite songs are the old songs. You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh. The fundamental things apply as time goes by. When two lovers woo, she'll still say I love you. On that you can rely. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Moonlight and love songs never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate that no one can deny. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, that fight for love and glory. Case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. As time goes by.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the crunch. No, I'm sorry, I don't care. No, I'm sorry. It's no good trying to stop me. I'm sorry. This time they've gone too far. I'm sorry. They really have. They've goaded me. They have goaded me. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do something now, ladies and gentlemen, that has never been done before on BBC Radio. That's woken her up, isn't it? It's not that, dear. No, it's not that at all. Don't get excited. Now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, what is known as uphill work. Ladies and gentlemen, would anybody else care to laugh instead of her there? Would you mind? I've heard of one-woman shows, but by God.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I don't care. You may titter, ye may, but tonight
I'm going to advertise. Yes, advertise. Now, you're saying to yourselves, why? And what is he going to advertise? You're agog. You don't understand that, do you? So shut your face. Well, I'm going to advertise. Well, it's not My Cat Prefers Kitto, the Tom next door. No. I'm going to advertise tonight my classes. My classes, not glasses, dear. Classes! Pay attention. What sort of classes? What sort of classes? Well, therein lies the tale. Now, listen, it's BBC's obsession with health. They've issued this leaflet, Russell. They won't employ anyone overweight. So that's Terry Wogan back on the building sites. Now, I was summoned to BBC's office, and I've never seen anything like it. I'm sorry. The decor. BBC's office. It was a kind of a nouveau Larry. Wall-to-wall floors. And he said, good afternoon, he said. Won't you stand up? Because you see, I'd sat down on the stool. I said, look, excuse me, I'm puffed. I said, you know the lifts are out of order? He said, no, we are. We switched them off. It's our new Build Better Broadcasters policy. It's a case of mens sana in corpora sana. I said, how dare you? How dare you, I said. He said, it's Latin. It means a healthy mind in a healthy body. Now, we've given up on your mind, but we're giving your body a last chance. I said in that case, Vos Polari Lodus Taurus. Do you know what that means? I'll give you a clue. Taurus means bull. You can guess the rest. Well, I was livid. I could have smashed his plaster ducks. I said, now listen, Bush. I'm sorry. No, shut up. Please, listen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're turning this into a place of amusement. No, I'm sorry.
Please, I must ask.
Very precipitously. Oh, God, I smashed myself. I said, listen, Bush, I said, I'm still very big in the corporation. He said, I can see that. He said, and you'll have to come off. Go and see the BBC doctor about losing weight and getting fit. Lose weight, try and buck yourself up. I thought, oh, God. Well, beggars can't be choosers. So I went downstairs. I walked downstairs. It was disgraceful. It really was scandalous. I've never seen anything like it. On the third landing, I nearly fell over Semprini. No, the man was prone. I mean, it was ridiculous, expecting a man of his age to push a piano up 4 flights of stairs. Anyway, where was we? Ah, yes. I know, on the way to the doctor's, that's right. This BBC doctor, now listen, 15C Harley Street, Shepherd's Bush. So, he said, let's have a look at you. Take that shirt off. Yes, it's rather wrinkled. I said, I have taken it off. He said, you're very aren't you? I said, He said, there's too much of you. I mean, that bit's hanging down when it should be... Wait a minute. Could we find out what bit I'm talking about? He said, that bit, that's under my cheeks. Which cheeks? And that bit hanging down where it should be held in. He said, that bit's soft and flabby. when it should be hard and flat. And God only knows what that bit's for, but he said... I tell you something, I could have blown up his stethoscope. I was so annoyed. He said, right, exercise. He said, now, exercises. He said, now, there's 40 pages. Here's 40 pages of exercises. Repeat every hour. Now, he said, here's your diet sheet. So I said, there's nothing on it. He said, well, it's a very strict diet. Mrs., you'd have been proud of your Francis. You'd have been proud of your Francis. I worked, I jogged, I flogged myself limp. I was limp, your Francis was limp. I was like a thing possessed. No, I was starving. God, I was hungry. I even ate the exercises and the diet sheet. But after 2 weeks, I was svelte. Listen. And all the stations to Bognor Regis, and I ended. Oh, nay. I ended looking like, what's his name? Saturday Night Fever. Newton John Revolting. Only better. So I thought, this is it, I've done it. So I went back to my agent, and I went back to this, and I opened it. He said, right. He said, you can start on the windows. So I said, no. I said, it's me, Frankie Howerd. Oh, he said, I didn't recognise you. Oh, he said, you've altered, haven't you? He said, I'm glad you've come, because he said, I've got a job for you at the BBC. So I rushed along to Television Centre, and I saw BBC Two. Now, because BBC Two, he lives on the ground floor. His office is altogether different to BBC Wireless. It's, it's the decor. It's nouveau wimpy. So I said, I've come for a job. He said, who are you? I said, who are you? What do I want? I said, I'm Howerd, Francis Howerd. He said, God, haven't you been well? He said, you look shocking gaunt. You are gaunt. God, how you're gaunt. He said, you can't go on in front of the camera looking like that. You'll depress all the viewers. Go away and put on a little weight. Altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, then I want to tell you this. Something. Now, I'm sorry, I'm getting ferocious, Francis. Something inside me snapped. There was nowhere to go. Is there somewhere to go to put on weight? So, I'm starting somewhere now. I'm advertising my classes. What classes, you ask? Howard's Keep Fat classes. Corpulence with confidence. That's our motto. It's all in my brochure. Rustle, rustle, rustle. You can choose from some of our activities. Sitting on the spot. Cross-country driving. My own Olympic decathlon lunch. 10 courses. Come on, don't doze off. For the ladies, the sitting on the knee race. As many laps as you want. Water skiing as soon as we can get the lakes to slope. An old joke was still serviceable, thank God. But gentlemen, if it's the breaststroke you prefer, then I shall turn a blind eye.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for edification night, I'm now going to round off the proceedings by singing a selection from the Student Prince.
I'm sorry, we've run out of time.
Here he is, the Incredible Hulk. Look at him. Well, I shall go and show off my hustle in the BBC disco. So thank you very much for being such a marvellous audience. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye-bye. Have you enjoyed yourself?
That was the Frankie Howerd Variety Show, featuring Frankie's special guests Les Dennis, Sweet Substitute, Carl Wayne, and Charlie Chester. The music was by the Max Harris Orchestra, and the script was written by Lawrence Marks, Morris Cran, and Rory McGrath. The program was produced by Richard Wilcox.